Good day, fellow researchers from all over the world. I am J.R.M. Dubalan from the University of Mindanao, Davao City, Philippines. The title of my study is Teacher-Student Relationships, Interpersonal Communication Competence, and Empowering Leadership of School Heads, a Structural Equation Model on Job Satisfaction in Region 12. This study lies a comprehensive investigation into how three critical educational factors, which are teacher-student relationships, interpersonal communication competence, and empowering leadership of school heads, influence job satisfaction among teachers in the public schools in Region 12. This study determined the best fit model of job satisfaction in public schools as estimated by teacher-student relationships, interpersonal communication competence, and empowering leadership of school heads in the Department of Education, Region 12. Moreover, this study has the following objectives. First, to describe the level of teacher-student relationships in terms of connectedness, availability, and communication skills. Second, to ascertain the level of interpersonal communication competence of teachers in terms of self-disclosure, empathy, social relaxation, assertiveness, alter-centrism, interaction management, expressiveness, supportiveness, immediacy, and environmental control. Third, to determine the level of empowering leadership of school heads in terms of vision, independence or autonomy, delegation of authority, and individual goal. Fourth, to find out the level of job satisfaction of school heads in terms of supervision, work nature, work condition, trainings, and pay. Fifth, to determine the significance of the relationship between teacher-student relationships, interpersonal communication competence, empowering leadership of school heads to job satisfaction in public schools. Lastly, to determine which model best fits on job satisfaction of public schools in Region 12. The research respondents of the study were 400 public elementary school teachers randomly selected from Soc Sargent Region 12, Philippines. The sample of teachers were cut across 99 from General Santos City, 32 from Coronadal City, 148 from South Cotabato, and 121 from Sarangani Province. All survey questionnaire in this study will use 5-point Likert scale, the scale as interpreted as 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This study utilized a quantitative non-experimental research design utilizing structural equation model to determine the best fit model that predicts teacher retention in the Department of Education, Region 12. The data on the level of teacher-student relationship in general, the grand mean was 4.56, shows a very high level. These findings only imply that teachers need to foster and nurture the strong connection and relationship with their students in order to strengthen the educational support system for the learners. The results showed that the leading indicator was reflected as connectedness, which obtained the highest mean of 4.59 or very high. However, the least response was availability with the lowest mean of 4.52 but still interpreted as very high. The data on the level of interpersonal communication competence of teacher in general, the grand mean of 4.04 shows a very high. This high level of teacher can be justified by their acquired trainings and expertise in terms of communication strategies and classroom management practices. It also found out that the leading interpersonal competence of teachers was immediacy, with the highest mean of 4.33 or very high. However, the least response competence was alter-centrism, with a mean of 3.82 or high. The data on the level of empowering leadership in overall, the grand mean of 4.33 or very high. It implies that school heads have very high level of empowering leadership due to their concentration of professional growth at the foster environment in school where teachers and learners are equally encouraged and supported to thrive. The leading indicator among the respondents was individual goal, the highest mean of 4.36 or very high. The least response, however, was vision with a mean of 4.33 or very high. In terms of job satisfaction, the grand mean of 4.23 shows a very high level. It only implies that school heads have very high level of job satisfaction due to the opportunities that they access in making a significant difference in the lives of the learners, educators, and the entire learning communities. The leading indicator or the leading response was working nature with the highest mean of 4.37 or very high. However, the least response was pay with a mean of 3.97 or high. The results show that there is a significant relationship between the levels of teacher-student relationship, interpersonal communication competence, empowering leadership, and job satisfaction of school heads. The data showed that the variables that shared significant correlation were between job satisfaction and teacher-student relationships, job satisfaction and empowering leadership, between availability and teacher-student relationships. Also, significant correlation was between immediacy, supportiveness, expressiveness, alter-centrism, assertiveness, social relaxation, and empathy correlates to interpersonal communication competence. However, it was found out that there is no significant relationship among the pair of variables such as between communication skills and teacher-student relationship, interaction management and interpersonal communication competence, individual goal and empowering leadership, and work nature and job satisfaction. The data showed that the model fit value of 0.000 showed that a chi-square's value of 0 shows that there is a perfect fit between the model and the data. The results showed that the variables within the significant relationships are job satisfaction and empowering leadership, connectedness and teacher-student relationship, availability and teacher-student relationship, empowering leadership and interpersonal communication competence, independence and empowering leadership, working condition and job satisfaction, trainings and job satisfaction, and pay. The results showed that the model fit values of 0.000 shows perfect fit data. The data showed that the variables with significant relationship are job satisfaction and teacher-student relationship, availability and teacher-student relationship, independence, autonomy and empowering leadership, pay and job satisfaction, empathy and interpersonal communication competence, and self-disclosure and interpersonal communication competence. The data showed that the model fit values of 0.992 shows large portion of variance of data. 0.920 shows significant variance of data. 0.565 shows poor fit value. 0.989 shows large portion of variance of data. 1.000 perfect fit data. 0.984 shows very good fit data. 0.1002 shows overly complex data, and 0.0 shows excellent fit data. The study revealed that all teacher-student relationship indicators are a very high level. In terms of interpersonal communication competence, all indicators are high except immediacy, which is very high. For the empowering leadership of school heads, all indicators are very high. In terms of job satisfaction, all indicators except pay is very high. Among the three models examined, only Model 3 met the criteria for a perfectly fitting model. Additionally, based on the foregoing result and relevant findings, the following recommendations were made. Mentoring and improving teacher-student relationship continuously is recommended. On the other hand, enhancing interpersonal communication competence is essential to attract and retain good conversation in exchange of ideas between two people and to others. Moreover, effective empowering leadership among school heads can be cultivated through combination of distributed decision-making practices. Finally, enhancing job satisfaction in the modern workplace requires organizations to adopt a holistic approach that addresses both intrinsic and extrinsic motivational factors. School administrators can boost teacher-student relationship by implementing several initiatives. This includes mentoring system implementation, classroom climate building workshop, social emotional learning integration, trust building activities, training, and student feedback mechanism. According to Lao Tzu, a leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, we did it ourselves. Once again, I am JRM Dubalan from the University of Mindanao, Davao City, Philippines.